Would you like some resume tips from a recruiter? I've been doing recruiting for 25 years, and I recently did a LinkedIn poll for job seekers. And this week I wanted to share 5 tips to help your resume stand out, not just to recruiters, but to employers. Here are my 5 tips I want to share, and I want to thank the birds and the cicadas for the wonderful background music today. Tip number 1, keywords. You want to make sure that you take an opportunity to look at the job description and make sure that you are looking at the skills and requirements of that job. If those skills and requirements and keywords that are in that job description match the skills that you have, you want to make sure that those are relevant in your resume. You want to make sure that they stand out in your resume. So if you're not using those words, go ahead and replace them in your resume to make sure that when someone does a search, your resume pops up. And if you're not sure about some other words, you can always do Google Trends to do a search for keywords that are related to your job title. Tip number 2, look at resume formats. Look at other people that have similar jobs that you're trying to get to, in the industry that you're trying to get into, and look at what they're doing and maybe follow their formats. I think there's definitely an opportunity for you to look and ask other colleagues that are in current jobs to see what they're doing to stand out with their experience. Tip number 3, make sure that you have relevant skills and an activity section stand out, because when you look at those skill sets that they're looking for, you want to highlight those. You want to have those stand out in your resume. When they're at the very bottom of the resume, sometimes people don't reach the bottom of your resume and they miss out on seeing that you had that skill set. So I would recommend looking at a format that highlights those. One is if you have a column along the right-hand side of your resume where it has skills and achievements, list them there so that they are parallel with your experience. Tip number 4, have someone proofread your resume, please. Please have them do that. That is such a huge thing. I am not good at spelling and grammar. I always have someone look at my stuff to make sure that they catch the things that I didn't catch. And after they proofread it and make edits, make those changes, and then proofread it again yourself to make sure that it reads well and it invites people to look at your resume. Tip number 5, have different versions of your resume. If you're looking at different jobs, different job titles, even different industries, you're going to want to make sure that your resume is customized to that job title or industry. Make sure that the skill sets that they're looking for, if they're different from the other job that you applied for, move those skill sets up to the top of your list so they stand out. And make sure that your accomplishments do the same thing. I definitely think that if you have a LinkedIn profile, make sure that the resume matches that LinkedIn profile, because if you're not on LinkedIn, you are missing out. And if you would like some help reviewing your resume, feel free to DM me on LinkedIn and I'll be happy to review that with you. Keep an eye out for our next video series. We're going to be doing some financial tips with financial experts. The next topic we're going to talk about is tips on mortgage loans and real estate. Stay tuned. This is Felipe. Thank you for joining me today and have a great week.